Hi everyone! In this video, we will solve problems involving rates of work using rational equations. You can finish charting at the hospital in 3.5 hours. If a colleague helps you, you can finish the work in 2 hours. If your colleague charts alone, how long will it take for her to finish? Let's break this down. We know that you will be charting and also that your colleague will be charting and that you work together as well. This means that if we find out the work that you do and we add it with the work that your colleague does, this will give you the work that you do together. Now, you work in 3.5 hours, so you can complete one job in 3.5 hours, or one job per 3.5 hours. Then we add that to how fast your colleague can work, and your colleague can do one job in we're not sure how many hours. So let's go ahead and put an X here. But if we add you two together, this will be the work done together. And we know that that work can be completed in 2 hours. So one job can be completed in 2 hours. Now that we have our equation, we can solve by multiplying everything by the lowest common denominator. We have 3.5x and 2. Nothing's in common with any of those, so the lowest common denominator will be all of those multiplied together. 2 times 3.5 times x. 2 times 3.5 is 7, so the lowest common denominator is 7x. And we'll multiply that to the entire equation. And because we're multiplying it to everything, that means we'll use the distributive property to multiply it to each term. So we end up with 7x times 1 over 3.5 plus 7x times 1 over x and 1/2 times 7x. On the first one, 7 divided by 3.5 is 2, so we have 2 left. And 2 times x times 1 is just 2x. So we don't have a fraction anymore. Moving to the next one, the x's will cancel, so we just have 7 times 1, which is 7. And the last 7 divided by 2, 3.5x. Now, we still have this pesky decimal here, so let's go ahead and multiply the entire equation by, we could pick 10 or 2, because 0.5 is 1/2. So multiplying it by 2 will get rid of that. Multiplying it by 10 will move the decimal place over. And I'm in favor of having smaller numbers. So let's multiply everything by 2. Multiplying by 2, again, will distribute. 2 times 2 is 4x. 2 times 7 is 14. And 2 times 3.5 is 7. 3.5 plus 3.5 is 7x. Now we don't have any more decimals or fractions, and we can just move forward by solving for the variable. So to do that, let's subtract 4x from both sides. And we have 14 equals 3x. Then to solve for x, we'll divide both sides by 3. 14 equals 3x, divide by 3. So we get x equals 14/3. Now this right here is a fraction for our answer. So we want to find out how many hours that it takes for our colleague to finish. So let's go ahead and do 14 divided by 3 to find out how many hours. 3 goes into 14 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract gives us 2. So we have 4 hours and we have a remainder of 2. So we'll put it as the fraction 2 over the denominator or the divisor of 3. So we know we have 4 hours. And 2/3 of an hour doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So let's go ahead and change that into minutes. So we'll take our fraction of 2/3 of an hour and multiply it by 60 minutes that are in an hour to find out how many minutes. 60 divided by 3 is 20, and 20 times 2 is 40. So our answer for the colleague is 4 hours and 40 minutes. And now we're all done.